Good evening. Well, that was the keyboard. It wasn't me. Hello, everyone. How are you? How y'all doing? Welcome to Study Buddy Sunday. I am Nursey, a blessed RN, and here we are again. Good evening. I'm doing okay. How are you? How have your weeks been? How have these tests gone? What are we doing tonight? I am taking requests. I don't have a specific question set. I'm just taking out of my pot, and this is what we're gonna do tonight. Look, I'm just getting to it. I'm gonna let a minute, let it go out and go forth. But tell your friends, tell your cohort, tell everybody, hey, we studying now. What's going on, y'all? Safe dose range. How I knew you was gonna say that one. Safe dose. Yeah. Okay, everybody who is here, let me know what program you are in. LPN, RN, BSN, Associates, Bridge. Did I leave something out? Accelerated. And what are y'all going over in class? And how are we solving these questions tonight? Dimensional analysis, ratio proportion, desired, Jody Ann, LPN. Okay, that's what's up. Oh, let's see here. Jody, I haven't seen you before. Is this your first time here? If so, welcome. Thank you for coming. Barbara, this is Shirley. Shirley, this is Barbara. Woman to woman. How are you? Yes, I'm new. Great. It's so good to have you. Do y'all have any questions that y'all are requesting for tonight? I already got a safe dose queued up. So I'm going to have to get my next ones. Y'all let me know. I have med-surg next. Ooh, fun. I love med-surg. LPN second term going fluid and electrolytes and ABGs. That's the basis for like everything. You'll come to see like stuff. Nursing is very cyclic. Like it kind of goes like in circles. It's like one thing kind of depends on the other. So once you get those fluid and electrolytes and ABGs and understand what's going on in the body, then yeah. It'll help you. RN, I need dimensional analysis badly. Well, you're in the right place because that is my favorite. Reconstitution. Oh yeah, we could do some reconstitution. The nursing school itself is hard. I mean, of course, but you can do it. Y'all, I did tutoring session. Hey, lady, how are you? It's good to see you this evening, and thank you so much for the compliment. I had so much fun studying and meeting you. I'm good trying to treat this patient with SLE. Okay, then, yeah. Alrighty. Well, y'all let me know in the comments as we go along. Like I said, I don't have any specific questions for tonight. I'm just going down in my question bag and letting y'all run the show. I'm just trying to do my questions and get y'all together. Let's see. Safe dose range. Alrighty. So, while I am getting this question together, what has y'all confused about safe dose range? Because a lot of people, that is like their Achilles heel. I think my Achilles heel, if I had to say I had one, in dosage calculations, is like the fluid maintenance. And that's just because I haven't came up with a clever way to remember the formulas. So it's like if I see the formulas and, know how to go from there, then it's not bad. But I guess after like 10 milligrams you're supposed to get 1,000 mLs, and then is it 10 ml. I have to look at it. I made a study sheet for it, but it's just not on my mind. I'm getting old. Anywho, the order wording. Okay. All right. So let's go over this then. We'll go over a couple of them. What you said, Jody? Which one that you needed? Reconstitution. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the secret behind reconstitution, because once you know what to look for, it's gonna just be like, this is what, seriously, like this is it. All right, so safe dose. A child weighing 38 pounds has been ordered drug H, 0.3 milligrams by mouth twice a day. And a recommended safe dose for drug H is 22 micrograms per kilogram per day. What is the recommended safe dose in milligrams? Uh-oh. I got the eraser on here. Milligrams per day and milligrams per dose. And is this order safe? Okay. So what we want to do when we read our questions is see what the question is asking us for. Nothing more and nothing less. So it's asking us, what is the safe recommended dose in milligrams per day? So right here we have micrograms, right? So I always like to start with what my goal is asking me for. I figure, and this is just pure nursey philosophy, you don't have to do it. You don't have to change a gosh doggone thing. But if you're here, obviously you like how I do it. So I'm going to share with you how I do it. I start with what I'm looking for. So in this case, it's asking me to find 3 different things. The first part is to find milligram per day. So we want milligram at the top and days at the bottom. And this is in the safe dose range, okay? So this is what they give us that is considered safe. When you read these questions, don't try to incorporate the order. This is that's your order by the doctor. That is what we are determining is to be safe or not. Okay, that is what we are trying to determine. Should we, under our LPN or RN license, give to the patient and it's safe? You know what I'm saying? All right, so therefore we're going to find a safe dose. So we can give up to 22 micrograms per kilogram a day. So we need to find how many milligrams per day. Then we need to find how many milligrams per dose. All right, and so we'll start with the day first. So this is saying 22 micrograms per kilogram per day. We need milligrams, don't we? So I'm going to start with my milligrams. I don't have milligrams in the problem, so I'm going to put my conversion. So that'll be milligrams on the top and micrograms on the bottom. So we know that 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms, okay? So then I got my micrograms at the bottom. I need my micrograms at the top. So in dimensional analysis, you guys, don't try to look at it as math. Look at it as a puzzle. Everything that's on the bottom has to cross out with what's on the top, okay? So we got our micrograms crossed out. So kilograms per day, right? So now we still need to get rid of our kilograms. Our patient's weight is in pounds. Seeing a lot of people like to go ahead. I know that I need to divide by 2.2 to get pounds to kilograms. That's fine and all. But like I said, I have little philosophical things that I go by. And I figure the more steps that you take, the more mistakes you make. What if you don't add enough decimals? What if you write down the wrong number? What if you convert wrong? So therefore, I leave everything as is. I make sure that my units are there, and I just make sure that everything crosses out. At the end of the day, the math is going to math. So I don't have to worry about decimals. I don't have to worry about how many to add after the decimal. I don't have to worry about none of that. All I have to make sure is that my units cross out. So I know that 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. All right. And then our patient's weight is 38 pounds. And this is going to give us milligrams on the top and days on the bottom. And that's what our goal is asking us for, right? So the calculator trick. Another thing that I don't like to do is write down 50 million numbers and put 50 million numbers back into the calculator. What if you miss one? What if you miss a zero? What if you don't hit the right thing? You know, it would be a crying shame for you and your smart, able-bodied self who can do dimensional analysis and dosage calculations to get the problem wrong just because you didn't calculate it right in the calculator. Okay, so therefore we're going to keep everything inside the calculator. And if you kind of OCD like me, we're going to put it in about 2 or 3 times. Like, yep, I got the same thing. So it's got to be right. So 22 times 38. I don't put my ones in because the ones really don't make a difference. Okay, divide. So everything across the top, you put it multiply. And then once you get to the top of the line, you hit divide. So I did 22 times 38, divide 1,000, divide 2.2. So that is going to be 0.38 milligrams that they can receive in a day. Okay. So I'm going to do it again. Like I said, I'm kind of paranoid. I don't want to mess up my chance because according to y'all, you have to make 90s or above. And some people only give 2 or 3 chances. So we don't want to mess up on our calculations part. So this is how many milligrams that they can receive in a day. All right. So now it's asking me how many milligrams could they receive in a dose. So we'll do the same thing. We'll start with our 1 milligram over our 1,000 micrograms. And then our safe dose range was 22 micrograms per kilogram per day. So my micrograms have crossed out. And then I'm going to do my kilograms is 2.2 pounds. Kilograms crossed out. My 38-pound patient over 1 because it's not in a relationship. It's by itself. So we'll put it over 1. Now, look, this is asking us to give twice a day. So in one day, there are 2 doses. Okay. So we got day at the bottom. We want day at the top to cross out. So in one day, there are 2 doses. All right. So days crossed out. So this is going to give you milligram per dose. That's the second goal that we had, right? So we'll put it in the calculator. 22 times 38, divide 1,000, divide 2.2, divide 2. And then you'll get 0.19 milligram per dose. Okay? So if you can only give this much per dose and the doctor has ordered that much per dose, is that a safe dose? Do you always put 1 by itself at the end of the equation? I'll put 1 if it's not in a relationship. So when I look at my question, I look at the elements and what's together. Like 1 day is 24 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes. If you got how many milliliters per hour, those are what I call relationships. So you keep those together. All right. So if it's by itself, if it's just like a patient's weight, or if it's just like 1 ordered dose, or just something by itself, I put it over 1. So therefore it's a placeholder indicating that you have to go on the top line and that it's not on the bottom that needs to be divided, if that makes sense. And then how did I get 2 doses, Chrissy? So in the order it says POBID. So BID means twice a day. So if you have 24 hours in a day divided by 12, that's going to be 2 doses because twice a day is every 12 hours. Okay. Yes. All right. So is this a safe dose? Thank you for the rose, Marissa. Roses. Whoa. Thank you. Alrighty, you guys. Let me get some lights out in this universe so this algorithm can pick it up so we can get a whole bunch of more nursing students coming in with us tonight. Could you put the 22 micrograms per kilogram per day first? I could, Jody. But what I do is on every problem that I use, that I solve with dimensional analysis, or that I'm just solving the dosage calculations, period, I start with what I'm looking for. If you start with what you're looking for, you already have got part of your goal, so that you know everything else has got to cross out. So you know it's got to be on the bottom and on the top to cross out. Everything else that is not a part of what you're looking for has got to go. So if you didn't put that, there might have been a chance that you might have forgotten to put the conversion, because it's in micrograms. You know what I'm saying? I just try to make things easier and try to make it so like it's kind of systematic and falls into place. Because a lot of people don't like doses, dimensional analysis, because they don't understand it. And it's like, what comes next? Well, I find that if you start with what you got, then everything else kind of lines up and crosses out. All right. So did we say if this was safe or not? Is this safe, you guys? And what's the next question? I think we got a reconstitution that was requested. We're kind of doing things different tonight. I don't have questions lined up. I'm just taking requests. All right. So this dose is not safe because the doctor or provider, nurse practitioner, whoever has ordered this twice a day. We can only have this per dose and this in a whole day amount. So no, it's entirely too much. Okay. So therefore that will not be a safe dose. Do you have one with the labels? Chrissy, I have labels, but I reserve those for my private tutor session, because like they have like the drug company's names on them, and I don't want nobody coming for me. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's look at Reconstitution. I know ATI and Hesse, yeah, they have it on there, but you know, like I'm small, you know, I'm just a little small town Alabama nursing tutor, and I need all my coins. I don't need them try to come after me because of a dosing label. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what we will do is look at some reconstitution problems that I have. Okay. All right, so look at this. Let me tell you the absolute top secret way of solving reconstitution problems. You ready? Put some hearts out there if you ready for it. If you ready for it, put some hearts out there. I'm going to tell you how to not miss not another. I said another. You know I'm Southern. Not another reconstitution question. All right? So listen. You listening? Concentrate on the concentration. Okay? You concentrate on the concentration. That means however much water, bacteriostatic water, normal saline, whatever kind of diluent that you add to the bottle, it doesn't matter. We want to know what the final concentration of the drug is, okay? So when it says yields a concentration of, or has a concentration of, or when added, it is a concentration, however many milligrams per milliliter, however many units per milliliter, milliequivalents per milliliter, however many solutes per solvent is what you are looking for. It doesn't matter the unit of measure, okay? That is what you use. So, streptomycin, 0.2 grams, a vial of streptomycin powder has the directions to reconstitute with 9 milliliters of sterile water for a concentration of 400 milligrams per 2 mLs. Calculate the amount to give for one dose, all right? So this is what's been ordered. This is what we have. And our goal is going to be the amount to give. So we have milliliters, right? Because that is what our concentration is in, milliliters. So I'm going to write my relationships to the side so we can know what to use. This is just good practice, because when you have a problem with a whole bunch of things in it, and it's just numbers and milliliters per hours and weights and whatever, it can get confusing. So when you write your relationships, and remember, we staying together in 2024, we keeping relationships together. You don't break them up. You don't hey, this milligram go over here and this part go over there. You keep them together. You see what you got and see what you're working with, and it makes it easier for us to solve a puzzle, okay? Because the dimensional analysis is not math. We're solving puzzles, right? So we have, that is our concentration. We have 0.25 grams is what's been ordered, and our goal is to have milliliters, okay? So we're looking for milliliters. I'm going to start with our milliliters. Some of the rules of dimensional analysis are that if they're in a relationship, they can flip-flop. Sometimes one partner is on top and the other one's on the bottom. Sometimes the other partner's on the top and the other one's on the bottom, but they're still in a relationship, aren't they? Okay, so we're going to treat it as such. So I'm going to flip-flop this right here so that I have my milliliters on the top and my milligrams on the bottom. All right, so then that's already goal right here, right? So we know that everything else needs to cross out. So if we're looking for, okay, we have milligrams on the bottom. That means that we need milligrams to cross out. But look, this right here is in grams. So therefore, we need to put in a conversion, right? So I put milligrams on the top, grams on the bottom. We know that 1 gram is 1,000 milligram. So the 1 goes by the biggest unit of measure, and the 1,000 goes by the smallest, because you have to have 1,000 cookie crumbs to make a 1 big gram cookie. If that makes sense, throw some likes out there to the universe for me. Hey, alrighty. So then our milligrams cross out. So now we're left with grams, and we can put this right here, 0.25 grams. And you see it was by itself. There was nothing to it. It was no milliliters, no minutes, no hours, no nothing. So I just put it over 1. Grams cross out, and we're left with milliliters, which is what we were looking for. Okay, so here we go. 2 times 1,000 times 0.25 divide 400. And then I don't put the ones in because they don't make a difference. 1.25 milliliters is what we're given. Okay. Prescribe Decadron 10 milligrams IM once. Dispense is Decadron 4 milligrams per milliliter per 2 ml vial. How many mLs to be given? All right. So what is the concentration in that part? The vial doesn't matter. We need how many da-da-duts per da-da-duts, right? So that 4 milligram per wait a minute. The comments were moving up too fast. Woo. Okay. So that 4 milligram per milliliter is your concentration, right? So just doing a simple desiring over half, looking at this, we desire 10 and then divided by 4. So that's going to be what? 10 divided by 4 is 2.5 mLs. Alrighty. What's the next problem, y'all? How would you know you're looking for milliliters? It's available in milliliters. You're trying to give the patient medicine, so it's available in a liquid vehicle. So therefore, you would be looking for the milliliters, or it would ask you. I make up most of my questions, and sometimes I fudge them up. I'm human. I am human. So yeah. All right, what we doing next? Look, if y'all don't tell me, yeah, you could round it, Chrissy. You could round it to 1.3, and so it just depends on what your institution, HESI, ATI, whatever it is that you're testing on. Follow your directions, because we would hate for you to get the answer wrong without, because you didn't round, which would really suck. Yep. Can we do percentages? A problem with percentages. Are you talking about percentage solution? Let me see. Because I like those too. Let's see. Let me see. This is one I did last week. Volume over time. Okay, so, all right, I got a percent solution one, and then, I didn't put my screen back on. I got a percent solution one, and then somebody said volume over time, which would be IV drips. And do I have any syringe problems? I think I have a Lovenox problem. It comes in a syringe. Okay. I feel like dosage calculations, understanding works when you memorize the conversion. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. You have to know your conversions. Sure do. All right, so percent solution. This one is asking for 75 milligrams, 750 milligrams of drug K, and it's available at drug K 30%. How many mLs will the nurse administer? So what a percent solution is solution is going to be your percent in grams over 100 mLs, because anything over 100 is going to be a percent, right? All right, so this is 30%. That's going to be 30 grams over 100 mLs. And then this is in milligrams, so we need to find our milligrams, right? So if we multiply that by 1,000, that's going to be 30,000 milligrams over that same 100 mLs of fluid, right? So then we can break that down and get your concentration. 30,000 divided by 100 is going to be 300 milligrams per ml. Now we can use our concentration to solve the problem. All right, so we'll do milliliter over 300 milligrams because we're looking for how many mLs. 750 milligrams is what's ordered. Our milligrams cross out and we're left with only milliliters. So 750 divided by 300 is going to be 2.5 milliliters. All right. Okay. So volume over time. Oh, I didn't see that one. It's a Humulin insulin 42 units plus Humulin R 20 units supplied as 100 units of per ml. How many units is given? You gotta choose the strongest solution. That was broken up. Hold on. Okay. Y'all going too fast. I know I said give them to me, but good God. That one's kind of broken up. Okay. Let's see. Choose the strongest non-heparin solution. All you have to do in that one is convert all of them to either milligrams or micrograms, and then final concentration. And that's how you would choose that one. Okay. And then the one about the units, I'm trying to look on here and see. How y'all doing? How's school treating you? Are y'all okay mental wise? I always like to do a mental check-in. Humulin insulin 42 units plus Humulin R 20 units supplied. So how many units is given? You would just add the two units to the two orders together. So Humulin 42 plus 20. So you're just adding units if that's what it's asking for. I don't have the question in front of me, but that's what it seems like what it's asking. Let's see. It's supposed to be going to that's Reconstitution. Let's look at IV stuff. Is it okay? So some drops per minute. All right, IV stuff. Stress. More percent solutions. Yeah, sure. I like those, so I'm a little biased. All right, so the doctor writes a order to infuse normal saline 500 milliliters. A milliliter bag at 20 drops per minute. Drop factor is 10 drops per ml. You started at 5 o'clock. What time will the infusion be complete? So we will write our relationships to the side. 20 drops per minute. We got 20 drops. 10 drops per ml. And we started at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's a 500 milliliter bag. So we need to find time. So when it asks you time on an IV question, it's going to be in hours, because you usually have milliliters per hour or drop per minute, right? So when you find your hours, it's going to give you the whole number part is going to be your hours, and anything behind the decimal is going to be your minutes. And we'll go over how to find exactly how many minutes, okay? So we're looking for hour. So we need to start with hour. We don't have hours anywhere in our relationships, so we're going to start with it anyway. So an hour will go at the top and minutes will go at the bottom. 1 hour is 60 minutes, okay? So then we have minutes at the bottom. We'll use this right here. We can flip it and put our minutes at the top and our drops at the bottom. Minutes have now crossed out, okay? So then we've used that relationship, so it's done. So now we've got drops on the bottom, so we need drops at the top. We'll use this. Drop, 10 drops over ml. Drops have crossed out. Now what's left is 500 milliliters. So we'll throw that at the top, and our milliliters will cross out. This one was single, so we'll put it over 1. And what are you left with? Hours, okay? So 10 times 500 divided by 60 divided by 20. And you'll get 4.16 repeating hours, okay? So this is the hours part. Everything after the decimal is the minute part. So we'll take what's behind the decimal and multiply it by 60, because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So 0.16 times 60 is going to be 9.6. We'll round that to 10 minutes. So 4 hours and 10 minutes is the completion time. That's how much longer it'll take, right? So if you start this at 5 o'clock, okay, and we have 4 hours and 10 minutes, we'll add it together. So I like to do mine like this. This is going to be your minutes, and this is going to be your hours. So I add my minutes, and then I'll add my hours. So this is the time that it will be completed. Alrighty. How y'all feel about it? Any questions? Not gonna lie, I'm still confused. Okay, so on this problem, you were trying to find how long it takes to give this pay. You made that look easy. I'm telling you, once you set it up and you get your stuff going and your puzzles going, it is that easy. You can do it too. You're trying to figure out is how long will it take to give your patient the bag of IV fluid. So therefore, we're looking at how many hours. All right. So what I did was write my relationships to the side, and then I started with what I'm looking for. I was looking for hours, but in any of my relationships that I had up here, there was not an hour. It was a minute, but there was an hour. So I went ahead and I put 1 hour over 60 minutes, because 1 hour is 60 minutes. Then I used this one and I flip-flopped it, because you can flip-flop it. That's the only thing that we're trying to do. We're not trying to do math. We're not trying to do calculus. We're not trying to do algebra. We are simply trying to cross out units that we don't need. We want everything else to cross out except for hours. So therefore, if you got something at the bottom and it doesn't need to be there, that means it needs to go to the top so we can cross it out and it'll be gone, okay? So, yeah. That's the name of that game. So once you got all of your units crossed out, we got 4.16 hours. I don't know what 0.16 minutes is. So therefore, we had to do this right here. And we had to multiply by 60 to find our exact time in minutes. So once you found out the exact time, we had to add it to your start time. So that's how you got what time that it was going to end. Let's see. What y'all been saying? Y'all stressed? Don't let nursing school stress y'all. Y'all got this. Next chat, can you do more percents? I seen that one. Basic, order, and available. I don't know if there's a formula. If there's a formula, y'all drop it below. I know the only two formulas that I know that are available for like a IV problem is either milliliter over hour or volume over time times your drop factor, and the time has to be in minutes. Those are the only two kind of formulas I know. Where did I get the 0.16 from? So the 0.16 came from right here. Everything after the decimal is going to be your minutes. So therefore, we need to find out how many minutes it is. So 0.16 is the minute part, and I multiplied it times 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour. And that's how I determined that 0.16 is going to be 10 minutes. Okay? At the change of your shift, you notice 200 mLs left to continue the IV bag. Continue. Lord have mercy, the typos. The IV is infusing at 80 mLs per hour. How much longer will the IV run, and express your answer in hours and minutes? So this is exactly like the other one. It's just in milliliter per hour format. It is not going by gravity. You know that your bag is going by gravity because it'll have a drop factor in there, and it'll be in drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. All right. So what we're doing is looking for how long it's going to run. So we're looking for hours. So we got 200 mLs in the bag, and it's going at 80 mLs per hour, and that's all our relationships that we have. And so we're looking for hours, so I'm gonna start with hours. So I'm just gonna flip-flop this upside down. Hour, 80 ml. Okay, so I've already used that. Next, I got milliliters on the bottom, so I need milliliters at the top. So I use my 200 mLs. It's not in a relationship, so I'm going to put it over 1 because it's by itself. Anything over 1 is going to be itself. So therefore, mathematically, you can look at it as in that aspect as well. Okay, so we are left with just hours, right? So we'll do 200 divided by 80. And that is going to give us 2.5 hours. Then it tells us to express it in hours and minutes. So remember, this is the hour part, and behind the decimal is the minute part. So 0.5 multiplied by 60 is going to be 30. So it'll be 2 hours and 30 minutes until this IV is complete. Okie dokie. And somebody asked me about how to find a fourth of a quart is how many mLs. So how many, okay, is it 2 cups is a pint, and then 2 pints is a quart, right? All right, so let's see here. We got 1 cup. It's 8 ounces. I know that an ounce is 30 mLs. You got 2 cups equals 1 pint. And then, is it 2 pints equals a quart? I think. She said, bless you. Thank you. That right. My pints and my ounce, my quarts, my cups. Yes. Okay. All right. So I don't do these often either. All right. So look at here. If we were looking for how much 1/4 of hey Kima, what's up, lady? 1/4 of a quart is how many mLs? All right. So we're looking for milliliters. We're gonna start with milliliters. So let's start right here. So 30 mLs equals 1 ounce. Okay. Then we know that 8 ounces, because we got ounce at the bottom, so we need ounces at the top. So 8 ounces equals a cup, right? So ounces crossed out. Now we got cups. So we'll do 2 cups equals 1 pint. Cups crossed out. And then 2 pints equal a quart. Then the pint crosses out, and then we'll use 1/4 of a quart, and quart crosses out. Okay? So that's how you do that one. Let's see. Oh, let's do it. All right, 30 times 8. I was doing good. I was doing real good. I didn't have a squirrel moment yet. All right, divided by 4. So I think it would be 240 mLs. Is that what you got? Okay, thank you. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's okay. Yep, 60 minutes in an hour. Can we do units? What you mean, L Boogie? I forgot who asked me about this quart issue, but do you see how you go? If you write your relationships out to the side, you have to know your conversions. Once you do your conversions, then boom, boom, boom. Johnson, ASA. Can we do PP? You want some weight-based problems? You know we can do those. Do you know the type of conversions you will need for your TEAS test? I don't. I didn't have to take a TEAS test, and I guess it's showing my age, but I didn't have to take a TEAS test, so I don't really know what's on the TEAS. All right, here we go. You wanted some PPP? You got it. All right. I love weight-based too. Give NitroPress 5 micrograms per kilogram per minute via continuous infusion for a patient weighing 205 pounds. NitroPress is available in a solution of 200 milligrams and 250 mLs of D5W. W. What rate on the infusion pump will deliver the correct dose? So listen, if it gives you a question and asks you to do the rate that's on the infusion pump, no, the infusion pump is always going to be milliliter per hour. Your gravity sets are going to be drops per minute, and it'll usually have a drop factor in it. So those are two big kind of red flags on you're like, what do I need to use as my goal? So infusion pump. So our goal is to find milliliters on the top and hours on the bottom. Okay. So now let's pick out what it is that we need to use to solve this problem. We got our order. So patient prescription product. Patient's weight is 205 pounds. Prescription is your order is 5 mics per kilogram per minute. And then your product is 200 milligrams and 250 mLs. So 205 and 5 mics per kg per minute and 200 mgs over 250. All right. So listen. Our goal is to find milliliters on the top and hours on the bottom. So we'll start with our milliliters on the top. So I'm going to use this one. Okay. So 250 mLs over 200 milligrams. Okay. I've used that. So now it's gone. So now look onto our order, right? It's in micrograms. I can't put a microgram on top of a milligram and have it cross out, right? So therefore, I'll need to put in a conversion. So we'll do milligrams on the top, microgram on the bottom. We're going to put 1 microgram is 1,000 milligrams, right? 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram. You know that the 1,000 is going to go by the smallest unit, and the 1 is going to go by the biggest unit of measure because it takes 1,000 small little crumbs to make one big cookie. Okay. All right. Milligrams cross out. Now we got micrograms. So 5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Microgram crosses out. Now we've got kilograms and minutes at the bottom. We still need to get hours. So we got milliliters, which is part of our goal, but we need hours. So our patient's weight is next. So we'll do 1 kg over 2.2. because we need our kilograms to cross out, and our patient's weight is in pounds. So 205 pounds, and it's by itself. It's not in a relationship. We'll put it over 1. And then what do we have left? Minutes on the bottom, but we need hours on the bottom. So we need hours on the bottom. I'm going to throw minutes at the top and my hour at the bottom. So 1 hour is 60 minutes, okay? Minute cross out, and everything is gone except for milliliters per hour. Okay, that is the goal. We have reached goal. So now we'll take all of our numbers across the top. For everybody who has not heard of the calculator trick that we use, we're going to put in all of our numbers in the calculator. We're not going to write anything down on the paper, because that's another step that's added in. The more steps you take, the more mistakes you make. And we don't need no mistakes. No, no, no. All right, so 250 multiplied by 5, multiplied by 205, multiplied by 60. All right, now hit divide. You got 200 on the bottom, right? Divide 1000, divide 2.2. And that's it, because the rest of them are ones. So I got 34.9. And if you round this to the nearest whole number, it would be 35 milliliters per hour. Hey, pretty Nelly. Hey, Kima. Yep. That's how we do that one. Any questions on how I solve this problem? And let me go back up and through here, because I might have missed some. I don't have any syringe questions, except for like a Lovenox weight base. That's the only syringe kind of question. I don't have like where it showed you how many ticks on the syringe that you have to like shade in or anything. I'm sorry. You explained it so simple. Yes, because it don't have to be hard. It could all be so simple. But folks rather make it hard. You got too much other stuff to learn. Y'all going through ABGs and fluids and electrolytes and critical care and everything else in nursing school. This does not need to be lost. Tie. Okay, we'll do some more, okay? I love your explanations. Great. I'm glad that they're getting, my point across. So, y'all, if this live session of Study Buddy Sunday has been helping you so far, throw some likes out to the algorithm for me. Help me as I help you reach other nursing students so that we may all go to the next level. Oh, this one's a good one. But it's a safe dose one. Y'all want to do this one real quick? You know what? We'll do another weight base and then we'll come back to the safe dose. How about that? All right. Propofol. I know they hope I fall. All right. 10 mics per kilogram per minute. I was doing so good. I was so focused. The infusion is mixed in propofol, 250 milligrams and 250 milliliters D5W. The patient weighs 168 pounds. What rate on the infusion pump will deliver the correct dose? Okay. So our goal is going to, again, be looking for milliliters per hour because this is a pump, okay? So listen here. PPP, patient prescription product, all right? So our patient's weight is 168 pounds. We're going to write this to the side. If you all are doing dimensional analysis and you are not writing your units out as you try to set up your problem, you are doing yourself a great disservice because the juice is in the units, okay? The numbers, the math is going to math at the end, okay? But you are looking to cross out units and you're looking for your goal. Write them units out, okay? That's the most important thing, that if you walk away from this live right now, you heard me say, write your units out, okay? All right, so then PPP, and our order is 10 mics per kg per minute. And then our medicine, which is your product, is 250 mgs and 250 mLs, okay? So what we're looking for is goals. We want everything to cross out except for milliliter on the top and hour at the bottom. Everything else must go. We're going to start with what we're looking for so you won't have to go and find it, okay? So I'm going to use this. So we'll do 250 ml over 250 mgs, okay? Our order is in micrograms. So we need to do a conversion right here. We got milligrams on the bottom, so we need milligrams on the top. So 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Milligrams cross out. Micrograms is what's on the bottom. It's not part of our goal, so it's got to go too. So we'll use this. 10 micrograms over kilogram per minute, okay? Microgram has now crossed out. All right. Patient's weight is in pounds, so we have kilograms, so we need to do our conversion. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Kilograms crosses out. Boom. 168 pounds over 1. It wasn't in a relationship, so I put it over 1, and it's by itself. So 168, and our pounds cross out. Now, what do we have? Milliliters on the top, but we got minutes at the bottom. We need that to go too, don't we? All right, so we'll put our minutes at the top and our hour at the bottom. So 1 hour, and you got 60 minutes. Minutes has now crossed out, and we have goal, milliliter per hour. So we'll do 250 times 10 times 168 times 60, divide 250, divide 1,000, divide 2.2 equals. I only hit my equals one time, and that's going to be my answer. And this is what I got. And if you rounded it to the nearest whole number, it would be 46 milliliters per hour. Good job, Ms. Kima. I see you there. I see you there. Did everybody else get 45.8 and round it up to 46? And does anybody else have a question? Let's go. See, that's what I'm talking about. You get me started and then I can't stop. Okay, yes. Tai, are you still here? I don't want to call you out, but I just know you said you was a little confused, so I kind of want to do another one for you. Does it make sense? The more that you do these problems and you do them the same way, the better it comes to you. You know, I did a million dosage calculations problems. That's why it's so easy to me, because I did this before and I know what I'm doing. But I want you to know what you're doing. So you got to do them the same way, the same. Look for the same thing. PPP, patient prescription product. You're looking for your goal. Start with what you're looking for. Everything else crosses out. You know, what else do I say? Round right. Concentrate on the concentration. Okay. So here is a safe dose, which put people in a headlock. I got permission to put your mama in the headlock. Okay, see, you started me up. And now my mind is gone. It's like a little jukebox. All right, so Demerol, 15 milligrams IM, is ordered for a child who weighs 8 kilograms. Is this a safe dose for a child if the recommended safe dose is 8 to 15 milligrams per kilogram per day in 6 equally divided doses? Is this a good one? I don't know, but I just want to point some things out. So when you do the safe dose range problems, you'll be given a safe dose range. All right. In this part, it's going to tell you how much to give per day. You see that? Because it says blank to blank milligrams per kilogram per day. And then it tells you that you have to give this in divided doses. Okay. So this is your order. This is your patient's weight. We are trying to see if this is safe or not. Okay. And you have to find this first, because that is your range. Okay. Your range consists of a lower limit and it consists of a higher limit. So the lowest is the least amount that they can receive. The highest is the most that they can receive without it being toxic. Okay. So we'll look at 8, sorry. I was looking at 8 and 15 and I said 18 milligrams per kilogram per day. All right. So then our patient's weight is already in kilograms. So our kilograms cross out and we'll have how many milligrams that we can give this patient in a day. That's why it's so important to label your units, because that's what it tells you. This is milligram per day, not milligram per dose or whatever, microgram, whatever. Okay. So 8 times, oh, what am I doing this for? 64, right? Milligrams per day. And then we got 15 milligrams per kilogram per day times 8 kgs over 1. Kgs cross out, and then 15 times 8 is going to be 120 milligrams per day. All right, so our order is for 15 milligrams. This is not near effective or safe, because 64 through 120 milligrams in a day is going to be your safe zone, right? So this is safe. Anything that's above this or below this is not safe. Okay? Not safe. So once you determine this whole range, right? That's when you go back to your order and you see how is it being ordered. This is just one dose, right? But for the whole day, they can get 64 milligrams divided by what, 6, right? But that needs to be for the whole day. It's not enough. It's not enough. It is not enough. So that's how you determine the safe dose range. I don't want these problems to be intimidating to y'all. It's just numbers and words. Y'all are so much bigger than this, okay? Any more requests? Because I think somebody asked for a heparin problem. I'll queue that one up, but then I need about maybe 3 more questions. Where's heparin? Heparin. Okay. Patient is ordered for heparin infusion to start at 18 units per kilogram per hour. His weight is 75 kilograms. The heparin infusion comes in a 500 ml bag with 25,000 units of heparin in it. Calculate the starting rate of the infusion, which is going to be milliliter per hour. So our goal is, what is the question asking you? How many mLs per hour? So this is the weight-based medication, isn't it? Right? So PPP, our patient's weight is 75 kgs. Who is calling me? I don't know who that is. I'm gonna see who calling me. Can you hear me now? How about that? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I don't know. She's on the phone because she like she's okay. Yep. All right. I had to answer a phone call. Well, I muted my mic and then I muted the computer because I had patients calling me about taking them in. I have a wheelchair van service, and I take patients. And somebody was calling me, and I had to answer the phone. I'm sorry. 500 mLs over 25,000 units. Okay, and so then units were at the bottom. I need them to be at the top. So 18 units per kilogram per hour. Our patient's weight was already in kilograms. So then we crossed it out. All right. So we had milliliters on the top and hours on the bottom. So 500 times 18 times 75 divided by 25,000. And we just had ones at the bottom. So it was 27 milliliters per hour that we would set our IV infusion pump to. Okie dokie. Let's look for one like this. Okay, so here's one with bolus on it, okay? A lot of people see bolus and they be like, whoa. Hey, Ebony, how you doing, baby? So, listen. A bolus is just a one-time administration of medication. You wouldn't give it like a drip. You just give it one time. You would draw it up from your vial. You can also give a bolus from a bag of fluids. You would just have to reset your pump. But in most of these problems, it would tell us that we have a vial that we have to draw our medication from. So therefore, you would draw your bolus, and that's that. Don't use your bolus information in the drip part of your problem, okay? Because that's two separate things. The bolus is meant to give the medicine and put it into the blood at a level that is working to prevent your clots. And the drip is there to maintain that level. And then you have to take your coagulation studies every 6 hours to make sure that they're not getting too much or that they are getting enough, okay? So who knows what coagulation studies you would use if your patient was on heparin. There are two that you can use. So while y'all are answering that, let's look at this problem. Patient has an order to receive heparin bolus of 35,000 units, followed by continuous IV drip of 19 units per kilogram per hour. Your patient weighs 252 pounds. And you have a vial labeled heparin 2,000 units per ml. What will you give your patient for the initial bolus? And then what will you set your IV pump at for a continuous drip if your 1,000 ml bag is labeled 40,000 units of heparin? So our first goal is going to be the bolus, right? So that's going to be how many mLs you are going to give to your patient. All right. Yep. A PTT. And then the other one is going to be an anti-XA factor. Okay. Awesome, Nurse Chris. Alrighty, so milliliters, right? So we have the vial. That part is for your bolus part, okay? Your bag is going to be reserved for your drip. So we have an order for 35,000 units. And you have a vial that says 2,000 units per milliliter. So this is going to be a simple flip-flop milliliter to 2,000 units, and then put your 35,000 units that's ordered on top. We'll put it over one because it's by itself, and you're left with milliliters. So what's that going to be? 35,000 divided by 2,000. It's going to be 1.75 mLs. Okay. So that is your bolus part. Thank you for the heart, Ebony, and the rose. Thank you so much. All right, so then we have to do our drip, right? So our drip is going to be mLs over hour. So I'm going to erase some of this stuff because I don't want everybody to get confused. I'll just erase it. And y'all, if you want to look at the replay, I don't even think I mentioned it tonight. No, I'm tripping and slipping. There is a YouTube channel with my beautiful face on it. And it has four wonderful playlists. You have your You're working out Wednesday in your Study Buddy Sunday playlist that has the replays on it. You have a playlist for dimensional analysis with problems broken down individually. Just all kind of problems just broken down, so you can study and see how I solve those. And then you have a desired over half in your formula playlist and ratio and proportion. Just a disclaimer: the ratio and proportion and the desired ones are a little bit lacking compared to dimensional analysis, because I would do way prefer dimensional analysis over the other two, because I figured those kind of run out until you get to your when you get to your critical drips and your more complex dosage calculations problems. It's going to be the same all the way through and through. But when you get to those problems and you try to use desired with formulas or ratio and proportion, it's going to be multiple steps with multiple parts that you're going to have to figure out. And if you're not really strong at math, then it's going to confuse you. So that's why I always kind of push dimensional analysis. If you want to learn dimensional analysis, I'll help you. That's why I can do these lives on Sundays and Wednesdays for the free, okay? And if you need more attention, then you can book a private session with me, and hey, we'll go from there. But like I was saying, go to YouTube, and if you want to look at the replays, it's on there, okay? So the drip is going to be mLs over hour. So patient weight is 252 pounds, and our order is for 19 units per kilogram per hour, and then our bag is 40,000 units per 1,000 ml. Okay, so we're looking for ml on the top and hours on the bottom. Thank you so much. You're absolutely welcome. Okay, so 1,000 milliliters is going to go on the top, and 40,000 units will go on the bottom. Then we'll have our 19 units per kilogram per hour. Units have crossed out. And then our patient's weight is in pounds, so we'll need our 1 kg over 2.2 pounds. Kilograms crosses out. And then our patient's weight is 252 pounds, and we'll put that over 1. Our pounds cross out, and we're left with milliliters at the top and hours at the bottom. And then we can solve. 1,000 times 19 times 252 divided by 40,000 divided by 2.2. And that's going to be 54.4, or if you rounded it to the whole number, it will just be 54. Does anybody have a question about rounding? Can we do conversion question? Joules? Like joules? How many, like the energy joules? Rounding? Okay. I've never had these types of dosage cal questions on my dosage test. Okay. What are you talking, Nurse Chris? Are you talking about heparin questions? I struggle with conversions too. Okay, so let's do some conversions. We usually start with conversions, but like I said, tonight was just an all request, an open session. I didn't have anything planned. I just said, hey, let me ask them what they want. What do you want? Thank you. All right, so how do you know what to start with? That's where I get confused. Start with what you're looking for, Nikki. Start with what you're looking for. If you start with what you're looking for, you ain't got to go find it. Okay, so we're doing some conversions, right? And you said about the kilocalories. I don't have like a specific one, but if you have the conversions listed or a type of problem, we can go from there. All right, so let's do how many? Let's do 5.5 cups equals how many mLs, because you would need to figure that part out and how to do your ins and outs, right? So what I do, remember, I always start with all of my information on the side, so I know what it is that I need to put in my puzzle. So we know that 30 milliliters equals 1 ounce, and then we got 8 ounces in 1 cup. Okay, So if we're looking for milliliters, I'm going to start with my milliliters. Hint, hint, Nikki. All right. So 30 milliliters is 1 ounce. Remember, we keep our relationships together, right? So then we got ounce on the bottom. We need ounce on the top. So I know that 8 ounces is in 1 cup. Ounces crossed out. Okay. So then we got cup on the bottom. I need cup on the top. So 5.5 cups over 1. Cups cross out, and everything is now gone except for mLs. So we'll do 30 times 8 times 5.5, and that'll be mLs. Okay. Do y'all know how to convert pounds and ounces to kilograms? Like if it was a baby that's born and they were 10 pounds and 5 ounces, how many kgs would that be? Okay, so we know that 1 kg is 2.2 pounds, right? So we also know that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. All of this has to be converted to pounds, okay? So you will take your ounces and convert it to pounds and then add it to your other pounds. And then you can convert it to your kilograms. So we'll look for pounds, right? So we know that 1 pound is 16 ounces. And then we have 5 ounces over 1. Ounces crossed out, so that's going to be 5 divided by 16, which is 0.3125 pounds, right? So we'll have to add our pounds together. So that's going to be 10.3125 pounds. So now, if we have that, we can go ahead and do our conversion to kilograms. So if we're looking for kilograms, we'll start with kilograms. So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Then multiplied by 10.3125 pounds. Your pounds cross out. So basically it's 10.3125 divided by 2.2. And that is going to be 4.68 kgs. Or 4.7, or however your school tells you to round. So look at here, look at here. If this was going to ask us to round to the nearest whole number. So this is a good lesson in rounding right here, okay? So if we are rounding, think round right, okay? Round right. I want to be in your head while y'all taking these tests, because I want y'all to pass. I'm tired. I'm old. I need to sit down somewhere. And y'all need to pass these classes and come on, because we shorthanded. So listen, you round right. So where it tells you to round to, you're going to look to the right. So if it tells you to round to the nearest whole number, this is what you want to round to, right? So you'll go to the right. One space to the right. So if that space is 4 and below, you keep that number the same, okay? If that number is 5 and above, you round it up. So if this was to be rounded to the nearest whole number, since it's 0.6, you would round it to 5. So the same number. If it tells you to round to the tens place, right? Round right. So this is your tens. Okay, let's see. This is your tens. And then this is your hundreds. Okay, and then the space after that will be your thousands. Okay, so if you're rounding to the nearest 10 place, you would go round right, right? So you're looking at 8. So if this is 4 and below, it stays the same. If it's 5 and above, you round it up. So if you were rounding this to the nearest tens, because it's 8, it would be 4.7. Okay, Mary, you're right. We just round it. We're just going over rounding. Also, questions like, if a bottle has 55 milligrams, how many tablets would you give to the patient? What? Why you want to know all of that for? Perfecto. Gracias, mami. What else we need to talk about? What time is it? I gotta take my hair down and wash it. 8:49. I give y'all a couple of more. What else y'all want to know? What else do you want to know? And thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate your likes and your shares and your referrals and your comments and your compliments. I mean, I'm just really humbled. Have I already did a heparin drip? Nikki, you can go on my YouTube, A Blessed RN, and you can replay the live, and it's on there. I did two of them. I did one with the bolus and one with a just the regular drip. Fluid maintenance. All right, here you go. Here we go. Did I do one previously? I think I did. I got one from last week that I need to find real quick. But I'll do a fluid maintenance. You're talking about pediatric fluid maintenance, correct? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, here we go. Whoa, buddy. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on. Okay, so pediatric fluid maintenance. So this was the one I was talking about is my Achilles because I can never remember the chart. So this is saying that you want to calculate the amount of fluid that that the child is supposed to get in a 24 hours, and so you have to go by the formula. So these go by weight. So if it's 3.5 to 10 kilograms, they're going to get 100 mLs per kilogram. If they are 11 kilograms to 20 kilograms, they'll get 1,000. I'm gonna write it down. 1,000 mLs plus 50 milliliter per kilogram that's over that 10 grams, that 10 kilograms, okay? So our patient weighs 13.4 kilograms. So automatically they'll get this 1,000 mLs. Thank you for your subscription. I appreciate it. All right. And so then they are 13.4. So anything over 10 is what we'll use to solve this part. So 13.4 minus 10 is going to be 3.4 kgs, right? So we'll do 50 milliliters per kg times 3.4 kilograms, okay? And our kilograms cross out, and that's going to give us 50 times 3.4, which is 170 milliliters. So then you would add this and your 1,000 together. So that's going to be that many milliliters in a 24-hour period. So if the question goes on to further ask, what would you set? Ooh, I thought I had a burp. Excuse me. If it goes on to ask you what would you set your pump for is the flow rate, you would simply divide that 1,170 mLs divided by 24 hours. So divided by 24, it would be 48.75 or basically 49 milliliters an hour. Okay, does that make sense how we did that? You're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all, gonna squeeze in these next 6 minutes. What you got? What you got? Show me what you got, little mama. How y'all feeling tonight? Is this if is this helping you? Is it making sense? Is 1 + 1 equaling 2? Like what? How y'all feeling? Just as long as I'm making a difference in your life, that's what this live is for. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Anybody graduating in May coming up soon? I'm so excited for you guys. I'm so excited. So excited. Drops per minute. Yep. Let's look. Drops per minute. 1 + 1 = 2. Let's see. Drops per minute. Okay. Pitocin and magnesium. Okay, I got you. I can do that too. Oh, you graduating in June. What kind of nurse do you want to be? What specialty do you want to go into? All right, so 500 mLs of normal saline is to infuse over 4 hours. Available is 500 mLs of normal saline bag with IV tubing of drop factor 10 drops per ml. How many drops per minute will the nurse administer the fluids? The algorithm must be working. Well, good. That's because y'all liking this live. I appreciate it. Hey, I'm Nursey. It's nice to meet you. I do dosage calculation, live reviews, and breakdowns on Study Buddy Sundays and Work It Out Wednesdays. 7:30 p.m. Central Time on Sunday nights and 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights. You graduate in August. How exciting. I'm so excited for you. All right, so our goal is going to be drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. Okay, so we'll write our relationships. Okay, so listen, a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what to put, what to start, what are you talking about relationships? Look at here, look at here, look at here. This says 500 mLs to infuse over 4 hours. It's just basically told you to put 500 mLs over 4 hours. Okay, that's your rate. And then we got a 500 ml normal saline bag with a drop factor of 10 drops per ml, right? So what we want is to find drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. So I'll start with my drops. So 10 drops per ml. Boom, boom. Okay. So then we got milliliters on the bottom. We need milliliters on the top because the name of the game is crossing out. We're not even doing math right now. We're solving a puzzle. So 500 mLs over 4 hours. You make sure you keep your relationships together. You can flip them, but just don't separate them, okay? So now we got hours on the bottom, but we need minutes on the bottom. So we'll throw our hours all the way up to the top. Minutes goes on the bottom. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Hour crosses out. We have drops on the top, minutes on the bottom. That's an ugly little check mark, but hey, it is what it is. 10 times 500 divided by 4 divided by 60. And that's going to be 20.83 repeating. All right. So have you ever walked in the kitchen and saw 0.83 of a drop? Nope. You either see a drop or you don't see a drop, right? So therefore, we will have to round to the nearest whole number. Remember, round right. So if we're rounding to the nearest whole number, we'll look right here to the right. Because this is 8, we're going to move this up to 21 drops per minute. I just got accepted to D&P, F&P. Hey, come on, doctor. Dr. Letitia. I love it. Congratulations. That is my end goal. But with the 2-year-old and all the stuff I got going on now, I cannot go back to school. But I want to. I want to so badly. I have a BS I either want to do a master's in education so I can be somebody's teacher or a D&P. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Any more requests? Oh, I know. Somebody said magnesium and potassium. My bad. I really forgot really quick. Maternal. All right. So listen here. With these maternal potassium questions, a lot of people get tripped up because they say units, right? It's just the same like a gram. A gram is a unit of measure. So a unit is a unit of measure. You know what I'm saying? Don't let milliunit throw you off. The prefix is the same as in milligram. Milliunit is still 1,000, okay? You're just changing up your units of measure, all right? So on hand is 1,000 mLs of lactated ringers with 20 units of Pitocin. The order is to infuse it at 5 milliunits per minute. What we're going to set the pump to. So our goal is ml per hour. Okay, so we got 1,000 mLs of lactated ringers with 20 units of Pitocin in it, and then it says we are looking for 5 milliunits per minute. What are we going to set the pump at? So we are looking for mLs on the top and hours on the bottom. So I'm going to start with my milliliters, right? 1,000 mLs over 20 units, right? So now we have milliunits, right? So we'll need a conversion because you can't put a milliunit on a unit and expect it to cross out. It's not going to work. So therefore, I'll put my unit on the top and my milliunit on the bottom. So 1 unit is 1,000 milliunits. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Please don't come from my head. All right. Units have crossed out. So now we've got milliunits on the bottom. We need our milliunits on the top. So 5 milliunits per minute. I got this from right here. That's my relationship. Remember, you keep them together. Cross it out. And now we have minutes on the bottom. We need hours on the bottom. We got milliliters at the top. So we'll throw our minutes to the top and our hours at the bottom. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Minutes have crossed out and we are now at the goal and we can finally do some math. Okay. So we'll do 1,000 times 5 times 60 divided by 20 divided by 1,000. And that is going to be 15 milliliters per hour. Hold on, Kim. You look. I have to check again. 1,000 times 5 times 60 divided by 20 divided by 1,000. Yeah, I got 15. I was like, wait a minute. I could be wrong. I am human. But see, that's why I tell you, I go back and I just kind of do it over and over again. She said, I'll be a good teacher. Well, thank you. Thank you. Right now, I just be doing my tutoring thing. So if y'all need a private or a little small group tutor, you know where to find me. Safe dose. It's more of an entry level. It's like basic reading, English, math, and some science. Okay, you probably talking about the T's. I'm sorry, you guys. I really do not know what's on this T's test. And I guess that's my bad because like I should really look into like what's on the exams. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't have to take that. All I had to take was the ACT. And they used our classes, the prerequisites, and gave us our points like that. And you went by the point system. We didn't have to take a T's in my LPN program or my RN program. I had 5 in minutes. Oh, okay, Kima. Okay. Do T's prep questions on Quizlet. Okay. I have to take Kaplan for my nursing entrance. Okay. And then I've heard like a HESI entrance that they had now. I didn't have that. We had an exit, but we didn't have an entrance. All right. So magnesium, is going to be kind of the same way. Still got the unit of measure is a gram, so we'll do that. All right, so we are going to calculate the infusion rate on the pump for the continuous infusion. So those are your key words here. So that's going to be milliliter per hour. That's our goal. Okay. Does it help for y'all to write a goal and write on the sides what it is that you're looking for? Does that help you to not get confused about what's inside the question? Okay, so 1.5 grams an hour, and then we have 40 grams in 1,000 mLs, okay? And that's all we got. And we're looking for mLs on the top and hours on the bottom, okay? Yes. Okay, cool. So 1,000 mLs over 40 grams. Okay, so I used that because that had my milliliters in it. I just flip-flopped it. Now we got grams on the bottom. We need grams on the top. So I'll use this 1.5 grams per hour. Grams cross out. Now we have milliliter per hour. And some people were like, well, don't you have to multiply or divide by 60 or do this and that? No, you got goal. When you get to your goal, you got what's identical to what's at the top of what you're looking for. That's it. Stop. Don't pass goal. Don't collect 200. That's it. That's it. That's it. We got milliliter on the top and hours on the bottom. So 1,000 times 1.5 divided by 40. And that's going to be 37.5 milliliters per hour. Okay. I studied Hesse, Kaplan, Momentris back in the day. Lin Mai, what's up? How you doing? You're welcome. You're welcome. Y'all, it has been a complete and honest pleasure breaking down these problems for you guys tonight. If you enjoyed this live, throw some likes out there for me, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. And if you would like, thank you. It's good to see you. I'm glad you came on tonight. If you need more one-on-one tutoring sessions, here is my website. Here is my email. I try to answer all my emails. Please forgive me. The error is human. I am a nurse. I do work on Thursdays and Fridays. So I do not tutor on Thursdays and Fridays, but all the other times you got me, okay? And this is a segment of the night where I call Nurse Chat. So if y'all got questions, you got requests for Wednesday nights, feedback, comments, whatever, now's the time. Natasha, oh my gosh, don't be sending them folks here. Look, don't be sending them. I'm scared. No, I'm not. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all's support. Thank you for supporting me as I support you guys. This is part of my giving back to the nursing community. Like I said, the replays are on my YouTube channel, ABRN. So ABLUSTRN. It's the same handle. And I appreciate your likes, your subscribes, your referrals, all of that. All of it. All of it. I appreciate you. First time here. It's nice to meet you too, Grace. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Hopefully it was to your liking. Peter, thank you for the rose. And I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you again on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Y'all got any requests? Ebony, heart, you too. All right, good night, YouTubers. Who all is on? And I will. Oh my gosh, did I not start it? Boom, it's not on. Oh, Chavez, love your teaching. You missed it, but hey, guess what? I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube because I think the broadcast had got interrupted once that phone call came through. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just give me a couple of minutes to get it downloaded, and then I can upload it to my YouTube page, and you can catch the replays. Love your teaching. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anybody got any questions or requests on question types for Wednesday night? Bean burrito. Okay, that was random. Some of y'all's names be tripping me out, but hey, do you, boo-boo. I hope that nursing school is going good for you guys as best as it can go. Just know that this part of in your life is only temporary. It's one drop in the bucket of your nursing career. Y'all keep going. Stay the course. Stay strong, okay? And know that you can do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult because you're dealing with people in their lives. You know what I'm saying? If nursing was easy, everybody would be doing it and everybody will be doing it well. So, hey, night, Kima. Yes, you have a good night and happy studying. I'll see you Wednesday, lady. It was good seeing you. But yeah, just know that this too shall pass. It sure will. It sure the heck will. And you'll be sitting up here in your 30s and 40s on YouTube. You're trying to help out the young chickadees so that you can sit down. I am a RN. I do work nights and night shift. I am a med surg nurse, but right now I am on a orthopedic assignment. So hips, knees, shoulders, clavicles, all those types of things is where I'm currently working, and it's cool. It's a lot of pain medicine, a lot of Dilaudid, a lot of morphine, some Toradol. But I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Do y'all have any questions about nursing that you would like to ask? You may do so at this time. I try to be as transparent and thorough as I can just to give you some insight. I share on this part of the night some things that I wish I knew, in nursing school or starting school and all of that. How to study for pharm. Don't try to study the individual drugs. Make sure that you study your drug classes. You class them together. Look at your prefixes and your endings. That's how you pass with pharmacology. What is it doing? What do you need to look out for? What are your nursing implications? Why are you given this? What is it? What's the big things that stand out? The big things, the stuff that's in the red boxes. Okay. If it's in what part of the body is it affecting? Does that other body part have these type of receptors? Like, you got beta 1, beta 2, but you got that in the heart and the lungs. So if I give this to the patient for their heart, is it going to affect the lungs? Do I need to look out for that? Is it dealing with the kidneys? Is it going to be metabolized by the kidneys, or is it going to be metabolized by the liver? If I give this to this patient as a kidney thing, do I need to look out for labs on it? Just that type of thinking. But don't try to individualize the drugs, because you will drive yourself crazy and you will spend a whole lot of time and not get anywhere. Any more questions before I take this bus down? Yeah, so I get my hair done. I've got a business luncheon on Thursday that I'm excited about. It's entrepreneurs in the city of Birmingham. So I'm excited to go meet with those people as I grow my medical transport business. So as a nurse, I saw a need because as a night shift, it's like, why are you still here from day shift if you've had a discharge, but yet you can't go to the nursing home, you can't go to rehab? It's because the ambulances that have to take you, because you're either on a stretcher or a wheelchair, have been rerouted to emergencies. So therefore, I saw a need. And my granddad kind of faced similar troubles after he was in an industrial accident, and he was wheelchair bound, and he couldn't get back and forth to his therapies. And before he could start his therapies back again, he did pass on. So that is my inspiration for my medical transport business. I also offer nursing services to my clients. Like, if you got a Mimi or Pop that needs to go to the doctor and you can't go with them, sure, I'll take notes. Sure, I'll tell you what they talk about. So listen, nursing opens up so many doors, you guys. I don't want y'all to get discouraged by what you see, what you hear, videos, just all types of different things. Like, my life would be so different had I not gone into nursing. And the things that I've been able and afforded to do is because of nursing. Is nursing always easy? No. Is nursing always enjoyable? No. Because one thing, people are gonna people. And that's just until Jesus comes back, okay? So, people are gonna people. People don't feel good. You got people that's working and they dealing with stuff at home, and you know what I'm saying, stressed out and all this type of stuff too. And then they come with an attitude at work, and you got patients who scared, don't know what's going on, don't know how they gonna pay their bills. They're in the hospital, they don't understand what's going on. The doctor's not telling them nothing. You the face that they see all the time, so therefore you're gonna get the brunt of it. So is nursing always cuckoo cuckoo? No, it is not. But I'm telling you, My life has been totally different, and I could not see myself being anything else but a nurse. And even like after I've been a nurse, because it's been 14 years. It'll be 14 years. March 30th is when I took my NCLEX for LPN. It's I'm tired. So I hopefully want to go to like full-time tutoring, and then of course, like I said, my business with taking people back and forth to the doctor, because last year 3.5 million Americans did not make their doctor's appointments because they couldn't go. They didn't have a way to go there. They either need a wheelchair access, or they just didn't have access to go. So therefore, I'm trying to do my part in nursing by helping these patients go to their primary care appointments, because if they go to their primary care appointments, they're not going to end up in the ER having fluid volume overloaded with CHF, then needing to get admitted to the floor and get IV Lasix, and having to get diuresed to get all that fluid off so that they can breathe. You know what I'm saying? So that is also part of my nursing scope and my healthcare contributions. I ended up having gray hairs from stress in my 40s. That's nursing for you, ma'am. I'm not gonna raise this up too high because my lace is lifting and it's time to come down. But I got this one gray hair right here in the middle of my forehead. Like, I'm like, how dare you? You just humbled me. Like, seriously. And I pluck it, and they said I'll pluck it, but I did, and it just grows right back, and it's just so long and curly and gray, and I'm just like, Lord, I'm getting old. And I don't think 35 is old. I'll be 36 this year in June, but still, it's just like, I mean, you got people living to 100, so of course 30s, they're not old, but I'm not young either. Like, my knees are toe up from pop, lock, and drop and walking it out and Soldier Boy, and when I was in college. So I feel that. But it's thank you for helping us learn. You're very, very welcome, Tracy. Do you have any resources or recommendations for EKG strip? Nurse Sarah. Just gonna play Nurse Sarah. Yep. That's the goat right there. Nurse Sarah. Not gonna gatekeep, not gonna be ashamed to say it. Nurse Sarah. That's it. Yep, you're welcome. That's what happened to me today. Going to church, I plucked 3 gray hairs in the front. I'm telling you, like, oh my gosh, I realized my mortality. And then it's like, you kind of, I don't know about you, Lin Mai, but like when you see patients that's sick in the hospital, you kind of realize your own mortality. You've realized, oh, like one day I'm going to be, in a vessel that is aging, and that, you perish, because the Bible tells us as surely as a person is born, that they're going to die. So it humbles you so badly. And it's just like, dang, I'm going to be somebody's meemaw, and hopefully I ain't going to be sitting up here hitting this call like it's 2:00 in the morning. Why do you want some Sprite and ice? Go to bed. Go to sleep. What you need? If you was at home, you wouldn't be asking for coffee. Go to bed. But no, you guys, thank y'all so much for joining in on my Sunday session, Study Buddy Sunday. Like I said, you can go to my YouTube channel to catch the replays. If you have something that you come across while you're studying, you can send it to my email, drop it into my DMs. I will be back on Wednesday night, and if nobody else has anything else, I'm gonna pray us out, and I'm gonna go take my hair down. Lord, I thank you for today. I thank you for the many blessings that you have bestowed upon my life. I thank you for always being there, never leaving nor forsaking me. I thank you for fulfilling all of your promises and staying true to your word. And I thank you for your word that you give to us to comfort us in times of trouble. Lord, I thank you for these nursing students. I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect with them. Lord God, I pray that our teaching not be in vain, and that something was made clear to them. I ask that you just make it plain that all the subjects that they're studying, that they understand, and that they grasp it, and that they retain it, Lord God. I pray that while they're in nursing school, that you keep them covered, and send your angels to to form a hedge of protection around them. Lord, bless their finances, bless their resources, bless their children, bless their families, bless their transportation, Lord God. Keep their mind in perfect peace. Give them a peace that surpasses all understanding, Lord God. When they don't know where to turn to, let them turn to you. Let them look to the hills from which our help cometh, God. We ask that you forgive us, Lord Jesus. We thank you for your blood that you shed willingly for us, for the remission of our sin. We thank you for the opportunity to come before your throne and to ask for forgiveness, Lord God. We ask that you transform our minds and our hearts and our spirits daily, Lord God. Give us a renewed strength, Lord. Give us wings that we can fly like an eagle, Lord God. We just thank you. I just thank you. I just praise you. I lift you up. And if I had a thousand tongues, I couldn't thank you enough. I'm just so blessed, Lord. I'm blessed tremendously. And I pray that you bless everyone that's under the sound of my voice, everybody that's on this live, everybody that clicks on that YouTube channel, everybody who comes into contact with me, Lord. I pray that your glory is seen through me and it blesses them tremendously. I pray that they will continue the course, that they will graduate, and that they'll become smart, prudent, strong nurses that take care of their patients, and that, again, you get the glory. It is in your holy name, Jesus, that I pray these and many other prayers. Amen. All right, you guys. I had so much fun connecting and seeing your faces and your comments. Amen, Ebony. And to all the new people that I met, I hope that this was a good opportunity for you to study with me, Nurse. A blessed RN. Y'all go forth with your week. I pray that you pass your test. I pray that everything goes good. You know what I'm saying? Stay the course. You got this. 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 You're stronger than what you know. This is only for a temporary time. And hey, you got it. I need dosage count dilutions. Are you Earth Angel? Are you talking about like the tube feedings where you have to dilute the tube feeding to like maybe 1/4 strength, and you need to know how much water to add and how much tube feeding to add? Is that what you're referring to? You're welcome. Exam Tuesday over 6 chapters. You got this, Taylor 313. Come back. Let me know how you did, okay? Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Central Time. All right. Y'all have a good rest of your week. I pray that you do well on your test. And if, like I said, you come across a question or some types of questions that you want to see on Wednesday, comment, DM, whatever. Y'all have a good rest of your week. See you on Wednesday. Good night.